All right. It looks like we are live. What is going on, Beehive? Welcome to yet another live stream. I know we've been a little bit sporadic lately, but we are trying to get back in the groove of things. How is everyone doing this wonderful Tuesday? For those of you who do not know me, I am Boss Attorney Bree, and here on this channel, we cover celebrity lawsuits, trademark lawsuits, copyright lawsuits, and really whatever the heck we feel like covering. And today we are going to be looking a little bit into some business lawsuits, some copyright lawsuits, and what I would consider to be famous lawsuits because they deal with can we say two of the most famous platforms there are right now? I got this whole computer screen in my view. You see, I'm not even ready to stream, but we are here nonetheless. Yeah, so we're talking about Twitter. We're talking about Meta, who is also known as Facebook, also known as Instagram, just the owner of those social medias, who is now coming out with another platform called Threads. Have you guys heard of this platform? I guess I was seeing people post about it on Instagram, but I didn't put two and two together. I'm like, what is this weird thing that everyone is posting, like the little picture that comes with Threads? Because I didn't really know what it was. So let me know in the chat if you guys have heard of Threads. Are you on Threads? Are you going to get on Threads? Let me know. That would be the second case that we'll cover. Actually, we'll get into the logistics of whether it's a case or not yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to become a case because Mr. Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are beefing. They're really beefing over these two apps. So no lawsuit has been filed quite yet, but I anticipate that there will probably be some type of lawsuit or someone's going to have to hand over some money in order for there not to be a lawsuit. So let me know which company you think owes the other company, or if no one should get money and they should all sit down and be quiet. Let me know. Also, we are going to be covering more on Meta and actually a little bit on Chat GPT. I didn't hint at it through the thumbnail or in the title because, rushing. But we're also going to cover a lawsuit against Meta and Chat GPT for some of the AI components that they're using. Is this going to be considered copyright infringement? Is anyone else entitled to this? It's a class action. You know, we love the class actions. But there's another lawsuit coming up against Meta and ChatGPT, and that's what we're going to cover first and before we get into the Meta versus Twitter or Threads versus Twitter shindig that's going on right now. Before we get into the cases, I do want to say hello to the people that are in the live chat. If you are here live, go ahead and chat in the drop a chat in the chat box. What is this called? I don't even remember. Go ahead and drop a chat. If you're watching on the replay, please go ahead and drop a comment letting me know that you're watching on the replay. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button. We are trying to get back in the groove of things. So everything that you do to help out the channel, including likes, subscribes, and all the things, definitely helps us out in the algorithm. It helps us get more friends. So let's see who is here today. We have Summer Butterfly here super early saying good evening, chat. Hello, welcome to the live stream, a member of the channel. We have Kimmy Locker, another member of the channel, saying hello, Breehive. Hello, welcome back into the live stream. Deanna B says, hi, everyone. Hello, welcome to the live stream. We're happy to have you here. Tanya D, another member, one of our longest members of the channel, saying hello, good people. Hello, welcome back into the live stream. Hope that you're having a good day. And Tanya's also a master moderator here on my channel as well. Mary Malarkey, hello, chat. Hello, welcome back into the live stream. I think Mary is a moderator as well. Welcome in. Nice to have you here today. Boo, I'm a ghost. Love that name. Never gets old. Says hello, everyone. Hello and welcome into the live stream. Mary Marlaki says, looks like a few minutes. Oh, got a few minutes to grab some wine. Yep, you did. I was running all over the place trying to get this live stream set up. So I hope you have some good wine. I kind of want some wine, but I'm also like trying not to drink in the middle of the week right now because I'm trying to like lose some weight. So it may not make it. I may get champagne tonight, but I also have some other exciting news that I probably will let you guys know in a few weeks, maybe not right now, but there are some changes happen in the Free Hive household. So I have a couple announcements coming up probably towards the end of the month or maybe into August for you guys. I hope the wine is delicious. Tanya D also joining for the glass of wine. Yep. James Stoddard says, hey, or hi, Bree. Hello, Bree Hive. Hello, or Bro Hive. Hello, welcome into the live stream. Nice to see you again. Asher's mama, nice to see you saying hi, Bree Hive. Hello, hello. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. Deanna B says, hi, Bree. Doing well. Hope you are doing great. I am tired. I am tired. I am working, but things are going pretty good. Things are going pretty good. I'm happy to be here back live. It helps decompress me with all the stress of everything else going on, right? Alana Amber saying, hey, y'all. Hello. Welcome back into the live stream. Tanya D saying, hey to Jane and Ash's mama. Boo I'm a Ghost says, I haven't heard of it. Yeah, Threads. It's a new app. Ash's mama said, I just heard about it. Yes, you know what? Alpha, y'all, employee that's about to get fired because he never shows up to work. He told me about it, and I was like, I'm not really worried about it. Then no lawsuit has been filed yet. Blah blah blah. I'm not that interested in it. But I kept seeing this little design pop up on. I can't remember. I think it was on Instagram, maybe people starting the account and then trying to get you to follow it. I don't know. But I was like, what the heck is this that everyone's posting? And I didn't really look too much into it or try to read what it said. So I didn't know what it was. And then as I was preparing this live stream, trying to find things for the thumbnail, that's when I saw the little swiggly lines with some words through. And I was like, oh, that's what everybody was posting. So yeah, Threads. I'm not on it. I'm not on it. Maybe, but I barely use Twitter, so why would I download yet another app that I'm not going to use? And allegedly, they have some privacy issues on top of that. So I don't know if I'm going to get on that bandwagon, but honestly, what app doesn't have privacy issues? Spam calls everywhere. I don't know. Alana Amber says, on it, I found some fun animal accounts to follow on Threads already. So people are already, listen, I feel like I always get into apps late, and maybe that's my issue. So maybe I need to get on Threads. Deanna B says, I heard about just don't need another app. That's where I'm at right now. I'm like, I already don't use the ones that I have, and I need to interact on them more, but so much is happening in my life, and I can't. So should I get on another app or just leave it be? Tanya D says, I've heard of it, but I'm not joining. Can't figure out the ones I want. Isn't that the truth? Barely use any of the features. All of these apps do so many things. I'm like, is Threads also going to come out with a little clubhouse feature, the audio feature? What is it called on Twitter? Spaces? Like, are they going to come out with that too, or is that just going to be integrated in the Instagram app, which has like every single app combined in one? And I guess they were like, well, we can't put another thing on freaking Instagram, which is video, photos, carousels, reels, all the things. I guess we cannot put another thing on there. So let's just start a new app and call it Threads. That's where it's at right now. Now let's see. Extra Mama saying same, cannot get on another app. Witness says hello, listening to you. Hello, welcome into the live stream. We love the listeners as well. Aunt Hill 57 said, okay. Aunt Hill 57 says, hi, all, hello, welcome into the live stream. James Stoddard says, I'm jumped on Threads right away. I think it's hilarious. You guys, I don't know. You guys might persuade me, at least to see what it looks like. I don't know. Mary Smith says, I've heard of Threads, but it's just like any other microblogging website. So I'm waiting to see if this will be entertained by the courts at all. So technically, they haven't filed anything yet, but we are going to look into it and see what they could be liable for if they do decide to file. Tanya C says, or Tanya D says, is it chaotic as Twitter? Is it as chaotic as Twitter? Let inquiring minds would like to know. Witness says hi to Tanya D. Jane Stoddard says, one of the smart things Thread does is ask to add all of your Instagram contacts, but do you really want to talk to those people? I don't know. I don't use my social media enough. I don't know which one to link it to, personal, or are we doing more towards the business ones? I don't know. Mary Malaki says, love your top. Oh, thank you. I love shirts like this. This one is from the honeymoon. This is my little Punta Cana shirt that I kind of got for free for doing a stupid timeshare meeting where they entice you with giving you $100 credit for the gift shops, but then you end up there for 3 hours. So how much did you really earn per hour? It was two of us, $100. What is that? About $30 an hour. We each earned about $15 an hour. But nonetheless, I got this nice little cute shirt, and I love these. Every time I go on vacation, I get these, even though it's like in a hot place. So why am I getting a long sleeve? But I love these little long sleeve shirts. So thank you. Joe W, hello, welcome into the live stream, saying Threads is worse than Twitter. It is 100% algorithm. It shows you mostly only the most popular accounts on the app and not the ones you originally elected to follow. I anticipate that it's going to start off like that because it's going to have those more popular people on the app. And then as time goes on, I believe it will start to shift and follow your interest. I just think maybe there's not quite enough people on there, or there are a lot of people. There's like millions of people on there all the way, but maybe the algorithm is just not algorithming yet. So I don't want to get on there too early. Harper Polo, welcome into the live stream with the laughing faces. Mary Malarkey says, no, I got roped into purchasing a timeshare on my honeymoon in 1980. We did not buy it, and I honestly felt a little threatened. Like, it was like, are you guys not serious about vacation? And I'm like, yes, otherwise we would not be here on vacation, but I also don't want to give you $40,000 just to get $10 off of my next hotel stay. I don't think it really makes sense for me right now. So I hope your timeshare is going wonderful. They said it was, I forget what they called it. They said it was not a timeshare, but it was something else. If Alpha's listening, maybe he'll come in and tell me what they called it. But yeah, don't do it. If they're offering you something free, it's likely low-key a scam and they're going to try to sell you something. But I thought I would be able to get away. But no, when you tell them, they're like, oh, no obligation, you don't have to say yes, we'll let you go. When you say no, they just keep harassing you, and then they bring someone else and say, oh, they're going to do a survey, and then they harass you and ask you if you want to buy it or buy a smaller package. So don't do it. Anytime they offer you free credit, I would say don't do it. I learned the hard way. Spent that whole day in a freaking what do you want to call it, timeshare appointment. Mary Malaki says, so glad you only purchased the shirt. Yeah, well, I purchased the shirt with my free credit. That's what I did. Lawman Amber says, agree, Joe, I have had to engage with accounts to see them, and I don't want to engage, just lurk. And that's me on social media. I'm just nosy. I barely post. When it says, I do counter social, no algorithm, 0. Makes sense. Yeah. So I think it has to get some. How long has it been out? Like just a couple of days, right? Harper Polo says, you dodged a bullet with the timeshare. Yeah. I can only imagine. I don't know. It sounds good. So they were saying, oh, like $180 for the concierge service. I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me to get a discount. I can spend $180 a year to get like $200 discount. But they were like, no, it's actually $50,000. Or I think it was like $140,000. I'm like, I don't even have a house yet. Why would I buy this? Like, am I serious about vacation? Maybe not in the next couple years because I'm going to get a house. Okay. Enough with my interlude on. You guys got me going crazy over this timeshare, just bringing up bad memories, just because I decided to wear the shirt. But we're going to go ahead and jump into the case. We're going to start with OpenAI. If you guys have been following social media or the internet in general, you know that this AI system called Chat GPT came out, and then there's a whole bunch of other ones that are similar to it, where you ask it something and it'll draft stuff up for you. Like you want to write a cover letter, it'll draft it up for you. You want to write a book, it'll draft it up for you. You want to buy or write a contract, that will draft it up for you. I think Chat GPT drafted a trial brief or a brief for the court, which cited imaginary cases, and there's a lawyer that's in trouble for using it to help with their trial brief. So the basis. It's an AI software that basically does whatever it tells you if it has the information in it to do what it tells you. Now, they are being sued along with Meta, who is the owner of Facebook and Instagram and whatever else the heck they own. They're also being sued right along with them. I did not, and I probably should have looked at these before I pulled both of them up because they may be very similar. They are suing on behalf of, let me see, who are they suing on behalf of? What was her name? Sarah Silverman, Chris Golden, and Richard Kadri. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they're suing on behalf of them under some copyright infringement claims. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the complaint, see if it makes sense, because live reaction, because I barely have time to put these things together anymore with working and everything. So we're going to live react to the complaint, and then we'll see if we need to go through the article a little bit more to see what they're trying to tell us about it. So let's see. Where are we at? Boom. I don't want to be that small. I want to be just kind of small. I want that to be smaller. Okay. And then we are going to go in here. This is in, right up the street from me. This is in the United States District Court of California and San Francisco Division. The plaintiffs are Sarah Silverman, an individual, Christopher Golden, an individual, and Richard Kadri, I don't know if I'm saying that right, another individual. And they are suing OpenAI. I can't talk today. Get it together, Bree. I'm hot. I don't know why I wore a long sleeve shirt, but I'm hot. Anyways, they are suing OpenAI and a bunch of their little subsidiaries in a class action requesting for a jury trial. And why are they suing them? Plaintiffs Sarah Silverman, Chris Golden, and Richard Kadri, plaintiffs on behalf of themselves and all others similarly situated, bring this class action complaint. Aren't we just happy this is not about Buffalo Wild Wings this time? This one seems to have a little bit more legitimate backing behind it. Against the defendants, OpenAI and its subsidiaries, that I'm going to call it, for direct copyright infringement, vicarious copyright infringement, violation of Section 1202B of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, unjust enrichment, violations of the California and common law unfair competition laws, and negligence. Plaintiffs seek injunctive relief and, that's a typo. They put and to recover. It should be and with a D, to recover damages as a result and consequence of defendant's unlawful conduct. They wanted to get this out there, and so boom, here we are. Let's go into the brief overview of what's going on. And also, guys, let me know if you actually heard about this, because I did not find this until this morning when I was trying to find things to cover for you guys on the YouTubes at 3 o'clock in the morning, because I was like, I need to stream today. I cannot skip another week. And by the way, I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July random day in the middle of the week holiday on last Tuesday. Let's see. Let me know if you guys have heard about this case. If you have not already, please do hit the like button. All right, let's go into the overview of this case. ChatGPT is a software product created, maintained, and okay. So ChatGPT is also involved in this. It's sold by OpenAI. Okay, that makes sense. I forgot about that. ChatGPT is a software product created, maintained, and sold by OpenAI. ChatGPT is powered by two AI software programs called ChatGPT 3.5 and GPT-4, also known as large language models. Rather than being programmed in the traditional way, a large language model is trained by copying massive amounts of text and extracting expressive information from it. This body of text is called training data set. Once a large language model has copied and ingested the text in its training data set, it is able to emit convincingly naturalistic text output in response to the user's prompt. So like I was saying earlier, you ask it something, it spits out something for you. You ask it for a cover letter, it spits one out for you. You can give it details that you want it to include, I have used the software before, not for a trial brief, but I have used it before for something not as serious, and it does give you pretty good accurate information. Is it citing its sources? Probably not. Is it plagiarizing? Probably. Is why they're in this lawsuit to begin with. Let me know if you guys have used ChatGPT or any similar AI software, and did you submit it as your paperwork? Or did you just do it for fun? Let me know. Let's see, get back into it. A large language model's output is therefore entirely and uniquely reliant on materials in the training data set. Every time it assembles a text output, the model relies on the information it extracted from the training data set. Plaintiffs and class members are authors of books. Plaintiff and class members have registered copyrights in the books they publish. Plaintiffs and class members did not consent to the use of their copyrighted books as training material for ChatGPT. Nonetheless, their copyrighted material was ingested and used to train ChatGPT. Well, god dang. And this is so new. Like, this is going to be such a new issue for the court because it's literally just pulling from the internet. Is the robot required to cite its sources? Probably. Or you're looking at plagiarism and copyright infringement, apparently. Indeed, when ChatGPT is prompted, ChatGPT generates summaries of plaintiffs' copyrighted works, something only possible if ChatGPT was trained on plaintiffs' copyrighted works. Defendant by and through the use of ChatGPT benefit commercial and profit richly from the use of plaintiffs and class members' copyrighted material. So apparently, no one needs to buy the book anymore because they can just go on ChatGPT and tell them, give me a summary of this book. And then you no longer need to actually buy it and read it and, love it and post about it and leave reviews on it because you just get a summary from a robot on the internet. So let's see here. I think that was the last sentence on that page. All right, they're going to go into jurisdiction, which we don't really care about because we're not arguing. Let's go ahead and look at the plaintiffs. Plaintiff Sarah Silverman is a writer and performer who lives in California. Plaintiff Silverman owns a registered copyright in one book called The Bedwetter. This book contains copyright management information customarily included in published books, including the name of the author and the year of publication. Plaintiff Christopher Godin is a writer who lives in Massachusetts. Mr. Godin owns registered copyrights in several books, including Ararat. This book contains the copyrighted management information customarily included in published books, including the name of the author of the year and the publication. Plaintiff Richard Kadri is a writer who lives in Pennsylvania. Plaintiff Kadri owns registered copyrights in several books, including Sandman Slim. Sounds like the most interesting book so far. This book contains the copyrighted management information customarily included in published books. A non-exhaustive list of registered copyrights owned by plaintiffs is included in Exhibit A. We're not going to read that list of books. And then we have the defendants, which is they have a nonprofit apparently for OpenAI. Then they have some for-profit corporations for them, but we're not going to go through all of them because they're all pretty much the same people with different branches. Let's see here. Agents and co-conspirators. The unlawful acts against the defendants in this class action complaint were authorized, ordered, or performed by defendants' respective officers, agents, employees, representatives, or shareholders while actively engaged in the management, direction, or control of the defendant's business or affairs. The defendants' agents operated under the explicit and apparent authority of principals. Each defendant and its subsidiary affiliates and agents operated as a single unified entity. Various persons and or firms not named as defendants may have participated as co-conspirators in the violations alleged herein and have performed acts and made statements in furtherance thereof, each acted as principals, agents, or joint ventures of, or the other defendants respect acts and violations, common course of conduct alleged herein. Okay. So that's the opening to this. We're going to go through the factual allegations and what they're actually alleging. We'll go over their causes of action, and then we'll jump into the Meta one, which I'm going to assume is pretty similar. So we'll get into that in a moment. I'm going to jump into the chat to see what everyone is saying about the case. Let's see. Where are we at? All right, Cheryl C, hello, welcome into the live stream, saying I'm catching up on 2 times speed. So far, Threads is basically an extended chat feature for IG. They are supposed to be adding a lot more features, though. I do like that it carries over your IG followers. Yeah, so I can only imagine that freaking Facebook Meta is going to add in so many features because that's what they do on all of their apps. Mary Malarkey, never heard. I'm thinking of the case, right? Boo I'm a Ghost says, I'm still struggling to understand why someone thought using ChatGPT for court was a good idea. They thought it knew what it was talking about, but he cited like imaginary cases. Like, why would you not then check your brief? Like, I get having a last minute deadline, but not checking. Come on, you're a lawyer. Okay, Tanya D says, I used it a couple times to help me come up with creative posts on social media, but used the examples and created my own wording. Exactly. That a lot of people use it for those kind of purposes, which is not like something you can get in trouble with, lose your license for, things like that, right? Okay. He was beyond lazy as far as the attorney. Yes. Tiny D says, don't forget to help the Bree Hive algorithm by hitting the like button. Yes, of course. If you have not already, please do hit the like button. We need all the help that we can get to get the channel back up and running. I will be honest with you guys. I probably will be in and out over the next month or two because, like I said, I have some exciting news to let y'all know about, but I'm just going to, tell y'all when it's closer to the date. Okay, let's see. Deacon Fatal, member and moderator of the channel, saying, sorry, I am late. Been doing homework and chilling with mom on Teams. Well, hello. Welcome into the live stream. We are happy to have you here. I hope your homework is going well. Deanna B says, ChatGPT said it wasn't lying, though. The lawyer... yes, computers are smart, but you also have to follow your training. Deacon Fatal says, what mess is going on the internet? The internet, per usual. We're in the metaverse, right? Because we're talking all things internet and the trifling things going on with Meta and other internet companies. Danya D saying, glad you made it to Deacon Fatal. Yes, we are. Welcome in. Okay, let me go ahead and jump into these factual allegations. And y'all, hopefully I can read now. Hopefully my reading abilities have come back. Like I said, I'm tired. I was up at 3 a.m, but we're going to get through it. Here we are. OpenAI creates and sells artificial intelligence software products. Artificial intelligence is commonly abbreviated as AI. AI software is designed to algorithmically simulate human reasoning or inference, often using statistical methods. That sounds creepy. Certain AI products created and sold by OpenAI are known as large language models. A large language model, or LLM for short, is AI software designed to parse and emit natural language. Though a large language model is a software program, it is not created the way most software programs are. That is, by human software engineer writing code. Rather, a large language model is trained by copying a massive amount of text from various sources and feeding these copies into model. This corpus of input materials is called a training database. During training, the large language model copies each piece of text in the training data set and extracts expressive information from it. The large language model progressively adjusts its outputs to more closely resemble the sequence of wording copied from the training database. Once the large language model has copied and ingested all of this text, it is able to emit convincing simulations of natural written language as it appears in the training dataset. So, for that lawyer that decided to use ChatGPT, it created him a convincing argument that landed him in sanction land for not doing the proper research before presenting this to a judge. And I believe it was in federal court, if I'm not mistaken. Much of the material in OpenAI's training data sets, however, come from copyrighted works, including books written by plaintiffs that were copied by OpenAI without consent, without credit, and without compensation. And my thing is, I don't know, because I'm not in this world, right? If it would necessarily be considered copyright infringement if they just use the books and the words and the things to train this thing. But to then give summaries of these books and summaries of these things, these articles and things like that, that may be more where the copyright infringement is coming from. The plagiarism is what I'm thinking of, not citing your sources, using it as your own, basically just paraphrasing it, creating derivative works. That's where it gets a little iffy for them. Like, to train it to become smart, sure, but for it to just copy, not a good thing. And one of my college professors used to always say, there is nothing new under the sun. What is created has already been created. You cannot create something new. I don't know how true that is, but this chat GPT is showing you cannot create something new by copying things from the internet and making a robot tell it back to you in different wording and paraphrasing it for you. It's still infringement, right? Authors, including Plato's published books, were certain copyright management information. This information includes the book title, the ISBN number or copyright number, the author's name, the copyright holder's name, and the terms and conditions of use. Most commonly, this information is found on the back of the book's title page and is customarily included in all books regardless of genre. OpenAI has released a series of large language models, including ChatGPT-1, ChatGPT-2, 3, 3.5, and most recently ChatGPT-4. GPT is an abbreviation, which I did not know, so we're learning something new. It's an abbreviation for and then I messed up the word. Generative pre-trained transformer. What a name. What a name. Generative pre-trained transformer. Okay. Where pre-trained refers to the use of textual material for training, generative refers to the model's ability to emit text, and transformer refers to the underlying training algorithm that it can change the words around. That's what I would call it. Together, OpenAI's large language models will be referred to as OpenAI language models. Thank you for such a great definition. Many kinds of material have been used to train large language model. Books, however, have always been a key ingredient in training data sets for large language models because books offer the best examples of high-quality, long-form writing. For instance, in its June 2018 paper introducing GPT-1, OpenAI revealed that it trained ChatGPT-1 on book corpus, a collection of over 7,000 unpublished books from a variety of genres, including adventure, fantasy, and romance. OpenAI confirmed why a dataset book was so valuable. Crucially, it contains long stretches of contiguous text, which allow the generative model to learn to condition on long-range information. Hundreds of large language models have been trained on book corpus, including those made by OpenAI, Google, Amazon, and others. Book corpus, however, is a controversial data set. It was assembled in 2015 by a team of AI researchers for the purpose of training language models. They copied the books from a website called Smashwords that hosts self-published novels that are available to readers at no cost. Those novels, however, are largely under copyright. Yes, as soon, let me finish this. They are copied into book corpus dataset without consent, credit, and compensation to the authors. That is one thing to know, guys. We have covered this on this channel before. Copyright, as soon as you put it into a tangible medium, it is considered owned by the person that puts it into that tangible medium. So if you type up a spreadsheet for your job, you or your job may be the owner, depending on what your contract says. So let me change the example. As soon as you say, hey, I'm going to write a paper, and you go ahead and type it up, as soon as you type that word A, You're not necessarily the copywriter of the word A, but you're going to be the copywriter of what comes out of that document once you finish with it. Because even though it's online, that is considered a tangible medium. You put it on a thumb drive, that's a tangible medium. You write it on paper, you paint it on a piece of cardboard, you write it on a napkin, that is considered a copyright. As soon as you put it onto a tangible medium, you make a sculpture, you create a database, that is considered a tangible medium, and it is copyright protected, whether you file the federal copyright registration or not. So even if these people did not file their copyright, which it seems like most of them probably did, even though they're unpublished, they are still copyrighted protected. You cannot copy their novels. And apparently somebody put it on a website, and now all of these large language model people are copying it. I did not know this much about this until we got on this live stream. So that is interesting. Okay, let me jump back into it. OpenAI also copied many books while training GPT-3 in the July 2020 paper introducing GPT-3. It's called Language Models Are Few Shots Learners. OpenAI disclosed that 15% of the enormous GPT-3 training dataset came from two internet-based book corpora that OpenAI simply called Books 1 and 2. What are these Books 1 and 2? Tellingly, OpenAI has never revealed what books are part of the Books 1 and Books 2 dataset, though there are some clues. First, OpenAI admitted these are internet-based books corpora. Second, both Books 1 and 2 are apparently much larger than book corpus, based on numbers given in OpenAI paper about GPT-3. Books 1 is apparently about 9 times larger. Book 2 is about 42 times larger. Since book corpus contain about 7,000 titles, this suggests book 1 would contain 63,000 titles, and books 2 would contain 294,000 titles. A lot of math here. But there are only a handful of internet-based book corpora that would be able to deliver such material. So did they figure out which one it is? Okay, go back up. We may not go through this whole thing because it's a lot. The only internet-based corpora that have ever offered such material are notoriously shadow libraries, websites like Library Genesis, Z-Library, Sci-Hub, Bibliothèque. The books aggregated by these websites have also been available in bulk via torrent systems. These flagrant illegal shadow libraries have long been of interest to the AI training community. For instance, an AI training data set published in the December 2020 by these are getting complicated. Luthra AI called Books 3 includes recreation of Bibliothèque collection and contains nearly 200,000 books on information and belief. And OpenAI books dataset include books copied from the shadow libraries because those are the sources. Okay, so they copied the books from online. Let's skip that last one because I'm pretty sure it's going to say something similar. Interrogating the OpenAI language models using ChatGPT. So they put these things to the test. ChatGPT is a language model created and sold by OpenAI. As the name suggests, ChatGPT is designed to offer a conversational style of interaction with the user. OpenAI offers ChatGPT through a web interface to individuals, users for $20 a month. I did not know they were charging. I used it for free. Are they charging $20 a month now? Sounds ridiculous. Through the web interface, users can choose to use two versions of ChatGPT, one based on the GPT 3.5 model and one based on the newer 4 model. OpenAI also offers ChatGPT software developers through application program interface. The API allows developers to write programs that exchange data with ChatGPT. Access the GPT via API is built on a basis of usage. This is a lot of acronyms, y'all. A lot of acronyms. Okay, let's see. Regardless of how it's accessed, either through the web interface or through API, ChatGPT allows users to enter text prompts, which ChatGPT then attempts to respond to in natural way, can generate answers in a coherent and fluent way that closely mimics human language. If a user prompts ChatGPT with a question, ChatGPT will answer. If a user prompts ChatGPT with a command, ChatGPT will obey. If a user prompts ChatGPT to summarize a copyrighted book, it will do so. And that's what landed these people here today. ChatGPT output, like other LLMs, rely on the data upon which it is trained to generate new content. LLMs generate output based on patterns and connections drawn from the training data. For example, if an LLM is prompted to generate a writing in the style of a certain author, the LLM would generate content based on patterns and connections it learned from analysis of the author's work within the training data. On information and belief, the reason ChatGPT can accurately summarize a certain copyrighted book is because the book was copied on OpenAI and ingested by the underlying OpenAI model as part of the training data. When ChatGPT was prompted to summarize books written by each of the plaintiffs, it generated very accurate summaries. These summaries are attached as Exhibit B. The summaries get some details wrong. This is expected since a large language model mixes together expressive material derived from many sources. Still, the rest of the summaries are accurate, which means that ChatGPT retains knowledge of particular works in the training data set and is able to output similar textual content. At no point did ChatGPT reproduce any of the copyright management information for plaintiffs included with their published works. So ChatGPT did not cite their sources. They just summarized it and didn't tell you where to go find it if they wanted to look at it in the future. All right, so what do they go ahead and do their class? How you join into it? We're not going to look at that today. Let's see. Basically, are you an author that had a book that was possibly on one of these books databases? They are asking for direct copyright infringement for them actually copying the books. They're going to do vicarious for people that work for them in copying the books. Let's see what else they have. They have the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, removal of copyright management information, basically not giving credit where credit is due to the books. Unfair competition. They cannot sell their books because ChatGPT is writing the book up for them, maybe writing it for someone else to use, right? And so many people say, oh, it's not copyright infringement. That was like one of their biggest selling points. And what is the first thing that happens? They get sued for copyright infringement. Same thing, unjust enrichment. They're being paid to summarize the things, or they're being paid to use these materials so that people can talk to the computer and ask it questions, and then it answers back. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the chat, see what y'all have to say about this. The Meta one, I will do a quick little skim to see if it is similar, because it's the same plaintiffs for the same class action. Yes, it looks like it's the same, but that maybe Meta allowed it to be published. Oh, there's another one that is similar. So Meta actually did their own that's similar, but I don't know if we're going to go into that today because I'm tired of reading that right now. Let's go ahead and jump into the chat real quick, see what the peeps are saying. If you guys have not already, please do hit the like button. Let's see where we're at. We are at 28 likes and 29 people watching live. So if you have not already, please do hit the like button. It definitely helps us out in the algorithm. If you got time to share the stream, please do. We're not doing anything. We're just hanging out. Let's share the stream. All right, let's see. We got Deacon Fatal with a 96.3 in the class so far. Congratulations. Sounds good. Good God, yes. We are there. Deanna says to Tanya D, that was my favorite part. The lawyers doubling down. I think I might have missed what you put up top. Z Seltzer, another member of the channel. Welcome in, saying just got here. Hello, we are happy to have you here. I know I'm behind in the chat, but still hello. Tanya D says, yes, Deanna. He tried his best to blame everyone else after admitting that he didn't do his due diligence, lied, and admitting he was wrong. He tried it. Yeah. Did he get disbarred? I can't remember. So much stuff happens. So much stuff happens. Deanna B says, it was so bad. LawTube's reaction has been priceless. I did not go through it. I was not streaming during that time, but I did see it pop up. Haven't watched anybody's reaction, so I may have to go back and watch it. Deacon Fatal says, never put out music without copyright first. That is true, but even without filing the registration, you are still protected. Yes. Deacon Fatal says, every single music I put out has a copyright because of this mess. Yes, exactly. And even if you didn't have a copyright, you would still be protected. You just have to prove a lot more that you're the one that created it. It's worth the cost. And it's really not that expensive. I think it's like $65. Hello, Swanky says, what up, Bree and Bree Hive? Happy Tuesday, homies. Hello, welcome into the live stream. We are happy to have you back here. Let's see, everyone saying hi to Hello, Swanky. Boo, I'm a ghost says $20 a month. Yeah, I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot to talk to a computer. I don't know. I feel like you could just do what I do and talk to the computer right now for free. Well, not for free because you got to get all the equipment. But other than that, you can talk to the computer for free. Deacon Fatal says, have to head out. Well, thank you. We are happy that you stopped by. Get that homework done. Let's see if I say night. Erica Davila, hi Bree, hello. Welcome into the live stream. Nice to see you tonight. Summer Butterfly says, shared on Twitter and Facebook. Well, thank you for sharing. Deanna Gress says, like and share. Yes, of course. Thank you for sharing. And thank you guys for coming here live. Definitely appreciate it. We are having a good time here. Like I said, Meta has like the same thing going on. They have their own language model, which I did not know about. But they are sued for the same reasons as what is this? ChatGPT, OpenAI. Looks like they are also connected with that Ethereum thing that I could not pronounce. So we're gonna go ahead and skip over the Meta one. Let's see what this thing is saying about what it means for it. All right, let's see. I don't think I want to do this. Sometimes I pull up stuff and then I'm like, I don't want to cover that anymore. Which is that. Okay, so we can get back into what we were talking about towards the beginning of the live stream. If you did miss the beginning of the live stream and you didn't have time to go back and watch us on 2x speed because you didn't want to or because you just didn't do it, I don't know. We were talking about Threads versus Twitter. We got Mr. Elon Musk with his undies in a bunch about Mr. Mark Zuckerberg coming. I always feel like I'm saying the wrong name for Mark Zuckerberg. Can you guys confirm if that's that guy's name? I'm pretty sure it will be in the article, but I don't know. That just does not feel like a real name to me. I don't know why. But Mr. Elon Musk has his undies in a bunch because Mr. Mark Zuckerberg decided that he was going to create a competitor with freaking Twitter. Now, why does Elon Musk have his undies in a bunch over this? This is what Mark Zuckerberg does. He has been doing this since what, 2008? You get Facebook, photocopy dang near of MySpace. Then you got Instagram. I don't know who the heck he copied for that, but maybe he came up with that one on his own. Sure, whatever. Then you want to compete with YouTube and start putting longer videos onto Instagram platforms. And then TikTok comes out. And then what does Instagram do? They then put Reels both on Instagram and Facebook. So, Mr. Elon Musk, why are you so surprised that now there is a competitor for Twitter? It feels like Mark Zuckerberg, in my opinion, just lives his life finding apps that are doing well and then putting it on his own platform and trying to make it better. Now, you guys can be the judge of it. Does Meta make these things better, or are they just kind of subpar double uses or double apps that we all don't need? Does he like to make money? Probably. Is his app going to be better than Twitter? I feel like Twitter took a long time to blow up. So yeah, it is kind of messed up just to kind of copy their thing and their systems allegedly, and then begin your own app similar to it. Now, like I said earlier, to my knowledge, a lawsuit has not been filed yet. It has not been filed yet, but I think a lawsuit is going to be on its way, because I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg is going to back down. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know. Do you think he's going to back down, or do you think this is going to have to be a filed lawsuit? Because they're beefing, and apparently they're beefing hard. I don't keep up with it, but I did see some tweets from Elon talking about how Twitter is just this wonderful place of originality and all of the things. Like, sir, you just became the owner last week. I digress. Let's go ahead and jump into the chat. Matching birthdays for happiness says, hi, Bree. I copyright my music and I trademarked a name successfully recently. I have a background in law years ago. I enjoy your channel. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Nice to have you back here. I haven't seen you here live in a while, but it's nice to have you back here. But yes, you always want to get your intellectual property protections together, because it's easier to defend. And if you have to sue someone, you get more money because you had it registered. But at the same time, especially with copyright, even if you don't have it registered, you are still protected. Just a lot harder to prove, and you don't get as much money. So get it registered. Cheryl C says, I'm here all caught up. I am multitasking though, so I'm listening but not able to be in the chat much. That is okay. We are just happy to have you here tonight. Hope your chores or whatever you're doing on the side is going well. Bird Boy, another member of the channel, saying that is his name for real. It just doesn't seem like a real name. I feel like that girl on TikTok that says, I don't know what you guys are doing, but that effort back there is not real. Have you guys seen that on TikTok? Or it's probably moved from TikTok over to Instagram Reels, our copycat platform. It's probably moved over. So let me know if you guys have seen that TikTok. Tanya D says, add undies in a bunch. Yes. Elon has his undies in a bunch. We don't want to call him panties, but he does have his undies in a bunch. Boo Amago says, yep, that's his name. It just doesn't feel real for me. It doesn't feel real. Bird Boy says, I like Twitter, but don't like Elon Musk. And he just came into the picture. So I think you can still like Twitter without liking him, I think. Jane Soder says, it's been threatened. The lawsuit has been threatened. Yes, of course. So we have Erica Davila with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, saying good night, everyone, and dropping a B and some Z's. I hope you get some good sleep tonight. And thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for watching live. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. Yay, we got a super chat today. Thank you again. Kimmy Locker, another member of the channel, saying, I don't really see the difference between Twitter and Threads and Facebook statuses. That is true. I think Facebook statuses is a little harder to follow or do they do more? Let me tell you, I do not use I barely use the app. So I definitely don't use any of the features. I mostly use social media to stalk other people, or not stalk them, but just to be nosy and see what people are doing and be like, really? That's what you're doing these days? Talia D says, Elon can't have the monopoly on Twitter. There's more than one brand of tennis shoes, polo shirts, etc. Yes, there is. That is true. But the question is, did Meta steal their business practices? Are we in another dirty dough versus crumble cookie kind of situation? Because we're going to get into it. Twitter is alleging that Mr. Zuckerberg, that's such a weird name, that he stole. I feel like in order to be rich and famous, you have to have a weird name. You have to have a weird name. Send me some normal names of rich and famous people. Billionaire people, send me some normal names so I can get rid of that out of my head. Because like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates is not that bad. I guess Steve Jobs, but whose last name is Jobs? Who else? I don't know. Those are the people that come to mind, which is not the most exciting, but yeah. Yes, no, he can't have a monopoly on it, but does he have a claim for unfair competition? that's where he would most likely be leaning towards. Dirty Dough versus Crumble Cookie. I need to look into that case and see what's going on over there. They're probably in discovery. But they definitely calmed down on social media. Jane Stutter says, I'm off to bed. Have a good evening. Well, thank you for joining us live. I hope you have a good night's sleep and hope some of that sleep rubs off on me. That's what I'm hoping. Tanya saying good night to Jane, Erica and Jane. Oh yeah, Erica Jane just went to bed. Is that how she spells it too? From Real Housewives? Because both Erica and Jane went to sleep. It's kind of funny. Bird Boy says, I love the cookie wars. Is that settled yet? I don't think so. I checked. Ooh, how long ago was that? Probably 2 or 3 months ago, and they were in the discovery phase, so they're probably still in the discovery phase. I do need to check in on that case, though. And Crumble actually had 2 cases against 2 different companies. They had one against Dirty Dough, and then they had one against another more popular one that I can't think of right now. But no, I don't think it's settled, but I will double check into it. We might have to do like some catch-up cases on Thursday. Deanna B says, oh my gosh, almost forget about the cookie war. Yeah, it's been quiet for a while, right? It's been really quiet. So we'll have to, I guess we got to look into it. If it's just boring discovery, we won't have much of an update, but we can still update it and see what's going on with the cookie war case. Yeah, whatever happened to it. It's being quiet. It's being quiet. Let's see if they give us some of their discovery. So I need to make a note of that because I always say, oh, we can do that on Thursday. And then I completely forget. And then I bring you guys something else. I do have some other cases for Thursday that I think are going to be pretty interesting. We got P. Diddy with a alcohol case. It's not for the Ciroc, but apparently like a tequila that he's claiming they made him like a lower urban brand. So they didn't market it as much or something of that nature. So we got another alcohol case. We know we like the drinks. Let's see. What else do I have? Kanye West is being sued by another one of his academy teachers, talking about he didn't like glass. So they had a skylight with no covering on it, so it rained inside of the school. So we're probably going to look at that, and so I guess we can look at cookie wars as well, and then I'll go back and see some of the other cases that we covered to see if there are any updates on it that we think would be interesting. Okay, let me see. Those were the cases. That's why I grabbed my phone. Let's see. Let me go into the chat real quick. I think we got a few more. Or we just got one more. Bird Boy says, I love Dirty Dough energy and sass. They calm down, though. Maybe I should follow them. Maybe they still got the sass. But when they were talking about we're not your grandma's average sprinkles, yeah, they was coming for Crumble. And Crumble, your cookies aren't that good. My opinions only. All right. Twitter threatens to sue Meta over Threads. Again, we are talking about the 2 social media sites where you basically just type your opinion, which is weird. I guess you can find people saying funny things and things of that nature, but let's see. You'll probably be able to, with Threads, are you also able to post videos and pictures already too? Twitter is reportedly threatening to take legal action against Meta after the Facebook and Instagram parent company launched Threads, a new text-based social media network. The Elon Musk-owned Twitter accused Meta of poaching Twitter's employees for what it calls copycat app. According to the cease and desist letter obtained by sites okay, that's what I wanted to see if I had. I'm telling y'all, I was looking for this. Oh, there it is. We got the cease and desist letter. I was looking for this. I was looking at this at 3:00 in the morning, so I did not see that link. So sorry. We just found it though. We're all good. We found it. In the letter, Alex Spiro, a lawyer for Twitter, accused Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg of engaging in systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property. So that's what we're getting at. Unfair competition, maybe some patent, maybe some trademark, probably copyright. And then what do you call it? Proprietary information, trade secrets, things like that will probably also be covered in this. According to the outlet, which first reported on the letter, CNN also confirmed the letter's authenticity. It doesn't look very authentic from just clicking on it, but let's see. Twitter intends to strictly enforce its intellectual property rights and demands that Meta take immediate steps to stop using Twitter trade secrets or other highly confidential information. Spiral wrote in the letter, report by The Guardian. Let's see. When reached out for comment, Meta referred people to Meta spokesperson Andy Stone's response on Threads. Not I'm gonna come after you for copying my app, and if you want to hear my response, you got to get on my app to read my response. I'm not only going to allegedly copy your app, but if you want to know what our response is, check out our spokesperson on our app. How about that? What are we like? This is petty. This is petty. I did not even read this before we got on here, but that is very petty. Check out Threads to hear our answer. Become another user. Let's see. No one on Threads engineering team is a former Twitter employee. That's just not a thing, says Stowe. In the letter, Twitter claimed Meta hired dozens of former Twitter employees who had and continue to have access to Twitter trade secrets and other highly confidential information. Twitter alleges the employees have ongoing obligations to Twitter and improperly retained Twitter documents and electronic devices. Meta deliberately assigned these employees to develop Threads with the specific intent that they use Twitter trade secrets and other intellectual property in order to accelerate the development of Threads, the letter claims. But don't these apps require like coding? Like, can we really memorize coding and how things? Maybe smart people can do that. I'm not a coder. I would not be able to do it, but maybe they can memorize it and figure it out. Now, do you guys remember, or did you hear about how, I can't remember if it was on some social media site, I can't remember which one, there was this guy on there saying to say that you worked at Twitter. So what if these people that work at Meta lied and said they worked at Twitter because there's no way to verify it because something about Twitter and, you know, not really keeping track of their employees and knowing who works for them, you can't really track it. So I wonder if these people said they work for Twitter and then Meta hired them and they never really worked for Twitter. Is that like, do you guys remember that? That was like a couple months ago. Okay, let's see. Develop this, trade intellectual property, accelerate development. Okay. According to Twitter, Meta allegedly violated both state and federal laws, as well as suspected employees' ongoing obligations to Twitter, basically like a no competition clause in their contracts, maybe. But apparently they don't even know who their employees are. So do they have a contract? Questions that need answers. The company reportedly intends to strictly enforce its intellectual property rights. How many times are you going to repeat that? Musk Company claims it reserves all rights to seek civil remedies and injunctive relief without further notice to prevent any further retention, disclosure, or use of intellectual property by data. Competition is fine. Cheating is not, says Mr. Elon Musk on July 6th. Okay, McDonald's, get out of the corner. Competition is fine. Okay. Elon Musk is 52. Okay. Spiro did not comment or respond to the request for comment. Meta, which is also a parent company of WhatsApp. I forgot about that. I always forget about that. Facebook also owns WhatsApp. Launched Threads on Wednesday, months after rumors that the company was developing the platform. Threads users can post messages up to 500 characters. That's a lot. And include, because I think Twitter is like 200 or something like that. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, 500 characters, include photos and videos up to 5 minutes long. I guess that answers my question, if you can use photos and videos. More than 30 million users signed up for Threads as of Thursday morning. Zuckerberg, 39, a lot younger than Mr. Elon Musk, and you're beefing with my young guy. Okay. Let's see. That's what Zuckerberg posted. That really is his name, Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, right? Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, that's what Alpha was telling me about, that they were going to do a cage fight and then this app came out, or did they say that in response to the app? They're going to fight. Meet Threads on an open and friendly public space for a competition, Zuckerberg wrote on Instagram, "Our vision is to take the best parts of Instagram and create a new experience for text, ideas, and discussing what's on your mind. I think this world needs this kind of friendly community." You mean you made this app to copy Twitter? After Threads launched, Zuckerberg posted his first tweet since 2012, sharing a meme of two Spider-Man characters pointing at each other. Oh, he was not using Twitter. Okay, with the pettiness, Zuckerberg posted on Twitter after launching his app and said, "Hey, come over here with us. Come over here with us, actually." Okay, I want to look at this, the cage fighting match with, like, Elon. It might be time to sit down. Okay, this was published on the 24th, so I guess they've been beefing prior to releasing this app, so I can only see why he's that mad. Maybe we'll go into this after. I don't know if I have the energy. All right, let's look at the letter. I will go into the chat, actually, and then we'll look at the letter. Oh, Tidy says that's funny. I think we're talking about the case. Deanna B says, "Okay, that's hilarious. Send them to your app." Yeah, okay, that's where we're at. I'll be behind in the chat. Yes, Sandy, you want to know what we have to say about this? How about you download our app and figure it out? Deanna B says, "That is hilarious, sending them to the app." Okay, it was a couple, sending them to Threads. A couple typos, but we got there eventually. Rector Laura 13 says, "Twitter is on my resume now." Are you being serious, or did you really do it once you saw that? Deanna said, or Bird Boy says, Deanna B says, "Yes, that's my kind of petty. Sure, we can talk. Let's use my new app." Yeah, you can even DM me on my new app. Should probably update mine too. Yeah, become a Twitter employee. Give Elon some leverage in his case, and then go work for Meta. Go get a job at Meta, put it on your resume, and go get a job at Meta. The pettiness was kind of brilliant. Yes, it was. And it got another download, maybe not. Deanna B says, "The pettiness is brilliant. Would love the cage match between Elon and Mark." Yeah. I don't know how. Do they both fight? Like, how entertaining would this be? We'll see. Okay. Whoever this lawyer is has not a very cute letterhead, but let's go ahead. It looks like weird and tiny, and I don't like it. Okay, this is by electronic mail and Federal Express to Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Meta Platforms, One Meta Way. They named a street after themselves? Okay. Read Threads. This letter does not look professional, but okay, sure. Everybody has their own formats. This was written on July 5th. You spent your 4th of July evening writing this letter out? Okay. Mr. Zuckerberg, I write on behalf of X Corp as successor in interest to Twitter Inc. Based on recent reports regarding your recently launched Threads app, Twitter has serious concerns that Meta Platform has engaged in systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property. Over the past year, Meta has hired dozens of former Twitter employees. Twitter knows that these employees previously worked at Twitter, and these employees had and continue to have access to Twitter trade secrets and other highly confidential information. How does he know who works at Meta? How does he know? Okay, let's go on. If you don't even know who works at Twitter, how do you know who works at Meta? That these employees owe ongoing obligations to Twitter, and that many of these employers have improperly retained Twitter's documents and electronic devices. Okay, so maybe they didn't copy the code. They just took the whole dang device. With that knowledge, Meta deliberately assigned these employees to develop, in a matter of months, Meta's copycat Threads app with specific intent that they use Twitter's trade secrets and others' intellectual property in order to accelerate the development of Meta's competing app in violation of both state and federal laws, as well as those employees' ongoing obligations to Twitter. Did they sign a contract? Probably not. So be quiet. Twitter intends to strictly enforce its intellectual property rights and demands that Meta take immediate steps to stop using any Twitter trade secrets or other highly confidential information. Twitter reserves all rights, including but not limited to, seek both civil remedies and injunctive relief without further notice to prevent any further retention, disclosure, or use of its intellectual property by Meta. Further, Meta is expressly prohibited from engaging in any crawling or scraping of Twitter's followers. They're going to take your followers. Freaking Mark Zuckerberg made his first tweet since 2012 on your platform of two Spider-Mans competing with each other. So he basically thinks you're the DC version of Spider-Man and he's Marvel. What? Do you guys watch Spider-Man? Which one do you think is better? DC or Marvel? I think there's another. Is there another franchise that owns Spider-Man before DC too? I feel like everyone has owned Spider-Man. But yeah. He said Oh, no. Okay. Where was I at? Further, Meta is expressly prohibited from engaging in any crawling, scraping of Twitter's followers or following data. As set forth in Twitter's terms of service, crawling any Twitter service, including but not limited to any Twitter websites, SMS, APIs, email notifications, applications, buttons, widgets, ads, and commerce services. Wait a minute. How are they going to steal your ads? And do you really own the widgets on Twitter, or did you get that from someone else that you bought it from? So I don't know if you could do that. None of this is permissible if done in accordance with the provisions of the robot text file available at robottextfile.com. It's not what it says, but the robot text file specifically disallows crawling of Twitter's followers or following data. Scraping of Twitter services is expressly prohibited for any reasons without Twitter prior consent. Twitter reserves all rights, including but not limited to the right to seek both civil remedies and injunctive relief without further notice. We get it. Tell them what date you want them to stop. Please consider this letter a formal notice that Meta must preserve any documents that could be relevant to a dispute between Twitter, Meta, and former Twitter employees who now work for Meta. This includes, but is not limited to, all documents related to the recruitment, hiring, onboarding of these former Twitter employees, the development of Meta's competing Threads app, and any communication between these former Twitter employees and any agents, representatives, or employees or Meta. I think they meant for Meta. But, people just put things out without really reading it all the way. CC to Elon Musk and Jennifer Newstead. All right. So this letter sucked. But nonetheless, it is the warning that there's likely going to be a lawsuit filed. They're basically putting this out there so that if Meta continues, which they are going to continue, because why would they stop? They're going to continue, and then basically they're going to ask for attorney's fees and more money because they put Meta on notice, but they continue to use the app because they're not going to stop. I can tell you that right now. They're not going to stop because they don't think this is real, right? And they think that they have a right, and then they're going to get into a big discussion. They may go to trial. They may want to be covered by YouTube, LawTube, whatever you want to call it. They may want to be covered by that, but probably they're going to settle. I don't think they're going to stop. Just like TikTok was supposed to be banned like 40 million times by the government. You think that Twitter is going to stop Meta? Come on. Twitter, I don't keep up with this thing, but I highly doubt that Twitter has more money than Meta. I highly doubt it. Like Twitter barely has ads, right? Oh, maybe they have more money. Wait a minute, because didn't Facebook also copy Twitter with paying for your check marks, or did Meta do that first? All of you guys copy each other all the time. I don't even know who did it first. Like, who let you start paying for check marks first? I think it was Twitter, right? And then Instagram came like a week later doing the same thing. You guys are all on the same freaking team. Yeah, right. I don't believe any of this at this point. Let's see. Tiny D says neither one of them look like they can fight. That's where I'm at with the cage match. Deanna B says they are martial artists. I'm sure Dana White would love to set the event up. They both are. Let's see it happen. Tiny D says, okay, about to wash dishes, so I'll be listening. No problem. We are happy to have you here. Rector Laura 13 says, if only that letter was pink and scented. This letter is ugly. It's not a cute letter. Bird Boy says, stealing more trade secrets, naming a street. I'm having too much fun with this one. It's a lot going on. I just feel like all of these companies copy each other, to tell you the truth. Deanna B says, Elle Woods would rule this case. I think it would be a lot cuter. Tiny D says, if you're on the replay crew, make sure you hit the like button and help the YouTube algorithm. Yes, of course. Thank you for the reminder, Tanya D. Rector Laura says to Bird Boy, right? No one else has ever done that. I feel like a lot of people are doing it. Marvel has better movies. DC, why can I not read today? I'm like an hour in and I still can't read. Marvel has better movies. DC has better TV shows. I did not really start watching action superhero movies until Marvel grabbed me. DC could not grab me. I watched so many Spider-Mans with my mom growing up, but I did not watch it fully until Marvel got me. So I'm with you too, Laura. Tiny D also says, I'm a Marvel girl. I'm right there with you as well. Deanna Gress says, I am a Marvel girl. Yes, so everybody here is Marvel. Anybody for DC? Anyone for DC? I asked because they said the first tweet, or the tweet that he made since 2012, a long time ago, that's like 11 years ago almost. After Threads launched, Zuckerberg posted his first tweet since 2012, sharing a meme of two Spider-Man characters pointing at each other. Let's see what it looks like. Link. Oh, okay. So it's not DC versus okay. Seeing it changes a lot for me, because are you saying that you're copying him? Like that you're impersonating Twitter? Is that what you're trying to convey here? Because that's what I'm getting from this. You're literally like, hey, you look like me. Hey, I look like you, Twitter. Look at us on Threads. I'm gonna have to download Threads now. Mark Zuckerberg, I have enough of your apps, but this level of petty is very entertaining. I feel like there's a war coming on. There's a Thread versus Twitter war coming on, and I would like to be there for it. Twitter has not kept my attention. I will be honest with you. Twitter has not been able to keep my attention, but I also probably have like ADHD and cannot focus on one app at a time, because there's so many apps, so many things to entertain me. And really, who really has me is TikTok. TikTok has me. All of these American apps do not have me. I don't know if it's me or if that's saying something about the TikTok app and it being dangerous, but TikTok is the only app that has a hold over me. And YouTube. I would say YouTube and TikTok, which is so weird because one is long form, one is short form, but TikTok is starting to become more long form. You think you're about to watch a Am I the A-hole that's 3 minutes, and next thing you know, it's been 10 minutes. Because they can go up to 10 minutes now. Rector Laura says it's a multiverse thing. Yeah, he multiverse Threads from Twitter. That's his multiverse. Deanna B says, I am DC for Wonder Woman. I mean, my name is Diana. Am I saying it right, Diana or Deanna? I feel like there's so many different ways to say it. Okay, we have a DC. We have a DC supporter. The two Dianas, Deanna, they spell them different. See? Deanna B and Deanna Gress. They spell them different. One's Marvel and one is for DC. Cheryl C says MZ Mark Zuckerberg is very in on the joke here. Yes, this was edited from a meme of 3 Spider-Man figures all pointing at each other. So he went out his way to change it to 2. Yes. So was there another company that owned Spider-Man before DC? I feel like there was, but I can't remember who it was. Deanna Grass says, come on, you know Zuck creeping on Twitter under alt accounts from time to time. For sure. For sure he's creeping on Twitter. Or at least he got a friend to do it for him, right? Cheryl C says, I prefer Marvel, but I do like Batman from DC. I do like Batman too. It's hard. Marvel grabbed me though. DC couldn't really hold on to me like that. And I think probably the movie which will shock you that got me from Marvel, well, I don't know if it will shock you, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the newer stories. Well, to me it's a newer story, but yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is what got me into Marvel. So there you have it. If you were wondering that fun fact about me. Tiny D says Sony has the rights to Spider-Man. Okay. Yeah, I knew someone else owned them before. Oh, so they still have the rights though. And then we have some more comments coming in talking about Sony. Yeah. Deanna B says Marvel, then Sony took Spider-Man. Took Spider-Man. Okay. And then Rector Laura says Sony owns Spider-Man, but maybe they're just licensing it out to DC and Marvel and see who does better with it. Yes. So yes, Mark Zuckerberg is on a level of petty that I feel like I now need to download Threads, even though it may put my privacy on my phone at risk. But I mean, I don't have anything too great on my phone. So, all right. So level of pettiness. I'm going to go ahead and look into this boxing match really quick to see what are they talking about. They're both fighters. Did not know that. Rich people sport, I guess. Where's Deacon Fatal when I need her? Rich people sport for sure. Look at these two guys. All right. Serious about cage match. Serious about cage match. UFC President Dana White says. White said that the 2 men could raise hundreds of millions of dollars for charity. Oh, they're going to actually do it for the benefit of other people and not for themselves? That is good. The teased cage match between multi-billionaires Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg is more than just an internet back and forth, according to UFC President Dana White. In an interview with TMZ, White, why do we always have to know how old people are? But White is 53 if you guys cared. Said that both men are seriously considering the fight after talking to him on the phone earlier in the week. I was talking to Elon and Mark last night. Both guys are absolutely dead serious about this. And as soon as he heard about Threads, he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to knock you out. You know, I just bought Twitter and you out here playing in my face like that? Okay. Because they both said, yeah, we'll do it. They both want to do it. Mark Zuckerberg hit me up first and said, is he serious? I said, I don't know. Let me ask Musk. I asked him and he said, yeah, I'm dead serious. Okay. This is the lamest conversation I've ever read, but let's go on. The cage match talk started this week when the two tech titans interacted on Twitter about the possibility of a brawl in Las Vegas. Okay, so if you interacted in June, then your first tweet since 2012 wasn't freaking this Spider-Man tweet. When was this tweeted? This was tweeted on July 5th. So someone is lying here. If they were having a little Twitter beef, does Mark have more than one Twitter account? Probably. Okay, so we can't always believe articles, but here we are. Okay, where we at? They interacted on Twitter about the possibility of the brawl being in Las Vegas. Initially, a Twitter user posted about Meta's upcoming product that is rumored to compete with Twitter. As 51-year-old Musk responded, I'm sure Earth can't wait to be exclusively under Zuck's thumb with no other options. At least it will be sane. Was worried there for a moment. Yes, Mark Zuckerberg is taking over the internet. He has Facebook, Meta, WhatsApp, now Threads. They're like, yeah, is Mark Zuckerberg trying to rule the world through social media? I'm behind Elon on that one. When warned that Zuckerberg 39 does jiu-jitsu, Musk responded, "I'm up for a cage match if he is." Okay. All right. Let's get physical. Just a few hours later, Zuckerberg posted a screenshot of the Twitter exchange in his Instagram story with the word "send me location" written in big letters. No, you need to put "pull up." And Musk said Vegas Octagon. Not only are they having a beef, but they're doing it across their platforms. So Mark Zuckerberg is beefing or showing his beef on Instagram, and Elon Musk is doing it on Twitter. They won't even respond on each other's platforms. So I can only imagine how the beef is going to continue with Threads. I think it's just going to make both of them a lot of money. The lawsuit, I don't even know if that's going to come forward. I think it's just going to make both of them a lot of money. Let's see. Since then, a Meta spokesperson said in a statement to people, "Oh, what if they put the fight on contingency? Whoever loses have to give up their text app platform." That would be a bet. That would be a good bet. Okay. Since then, a Meta spokesperson said in a statement that people that the story speaks for itself. White now tells TMZ that it would be the biggest fight ever in the history of the world, bigger than anything that's ever been done. Okay. Millionaires fighting. Billionaires fighting. It would break all pay-per-view records. These guys would raise hundreds of millions of dollars for charity, and you don't have to be a fight fan to be interested in this fight. Everybody would want to see it. I would agree with that because I don't even watch fights like that, and I would want to see these billionaires slap each other around. If these guys are serious, I make fights that people want to see. That's what I do for a living. So if they really want to do it and they're serious and we can figure out a way to pull it off, I would absolutely positively find a way to do this. When asked if they both agreed to do it for charity, White added, "I don't think either one of them need the money." No, they don't need the money. You're absolutely right. But I think they're still going to get paid. They both talked about how much they could raise for charity. It would be a massive number. They could both pick a charity that they both care about. Crazy money, he said. And y'all are going to take y'all cut, but okay. As for if there's a date in mind for a potential cage match, White said that they are still in the early stages after he spent an hour and a half with them on the phone together. The fight, White said, would be a main event on a card, including other matches, and it could likely generate triple the reported $600 million total that the 2017 fight between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather did. PPV would likely cost pay-per-view would likely cost $100 to watch. It's a lot. While Zuckerberg took up mixed martial arts during COVID-19 pandemic, White told TMZ that Musk assured him he had been in plenty of fights in the past himself and also tried mixed martial arts. Elon Musk about to come out there with the street fighting. That's what I'm not trained. I'm gonna fight you for my street fighting. Zuckerberg's like, I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu, and Elon is like, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you in the street fight. Okay. Zuckerberg even recently medaled in his first ever jiu-jitsu tournament and revealed in August 2022 interview with a podcast host, Joe Rogan, that the sport gave him an energy boost. Imagine going to a jiu-jitsu competition and fighting Mark Zuckerberg. Like, are you even thinking he's gonna be there? MMA is the perfect thing, Zuckerberg said to the podcast per Vice. After an hour or two of working out or rolling or wrestling with friends or training with different folks, it's like now I'm ready to go solve whatever problem at work for the day. Okay, well, y'all gonna have to beef it out. Okay, so that could be a fight coming between those two. Was not planning on covering that today, but now we know about the cage fight. Let me go ahead and jump into the chat, and we are almost done for the day. So if you guys have any last words that you want to say on the live stream, please do go ahead and drop your chat so that we can get to it before the end of the live stream. You know, I'm a little delayed with the YouTube for the closed captioning. All right, let's see. We were talking about Spider-Man.
Spidey was never a DC property. But I think they licensed it, right? Sony let Disney borrow him for the recent Spider-Man movies. But that one's for Marvel, right? Cheryl C says Sony has the movie rights, just to clarify. But I think they can, I think that they're licensing it to the other people to use. Deanna Gress said Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, Brie, that's my favorite. It's my favorite. And it just came out, didn't it? The new one came out. I forgot because I don't have cable, so I don't really watch too many commercials. But I think another Guardians of the Galaxy just came out. Deanna B says, yep, billionaire sport. Yes, it is. Rector Laura says, burner phone for Threads and TikTok. Have to. You have to. Crazy by proxy, like the name, saying behaving like they are in high school, beefing over the internet, and they both own little internet social medias. Rector Laura 13 says they'll never be able to agree on a venue. I think they're going to get paid regardless. So I think if the company sets it, the UFC sets it, then yeah, I think they're going to do it. Multi-billionaires. Yes, they are multi-billionaires. I call them millionaires. Deanna B says, not going to lie, I'm enjoying the billionaire boys spatting back and forth. I think Elon Musk is threatening some street fighting. I don't think he's a trained fighter. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because he said, yeah, I tried jiu-jitsu, but I've been in plenty of fights before. So pull up, says Elon Musk. Cheryl C says they should both sit down and be quiet, in my opinion. Two egomaniacal maniac. I can't say it. Egomaniacal. You guys know what I mean. Egomaniacs. Disgustingly rich, pasty white guys. They need to shut the hell up and focus on doing something actually productive. What productive can they do? They make social media, which we like because then we can all hang out on the internet, and we would have never been able to hang out before. But I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I don't know what else productive things they could be doing. So I would like to see them get beat up. I think that would be enjoyable. And it may not even be as good as we think it's going to be. It may be like a little sissy fight. Boo I'm a Ghost says, this is how I feel exactly, to Cheryl C. Tahiti says, GOTG is now on Disney. Guardians of the Galaxy is now on Disney Plus. I don't have Disney Plus anymore. I don't think. The new one is on Disney Plus already, or are you just saying in general it's on Disney Plus? Scott Watson says, my understanding, joining Threads eliminates Instagram, and the Threads owns all information, etc. You don't. Is that true? Anyone? No. I don't know, but I did see that there were some privacy issues. I don't think that it deletes your Instagram, but it lets you take your Instagram followers onto Threads so that you don't have to start at zero and grow and all of the things like Instagram or like other platforms. Rose says, I'm pretty sure Elon's mom tweeted saying she didn't want her child to get hurt, so Elon called it off. Boo, they suck. Tidy says that's hilarious, bro. That's very childish. You are too old for your mommy to be saying you can't get in a fight. I don't want my child to get hurt. He's a grown man. He could be a grandpa, even though he's still popping out young children. But yeah, I don't know. I think if it happens, I will watch it just to see. I honestly feel like it's not going to be as intense. Talking about it's going to be better than Floyd Mayweather. I don't think it's going to be as skilled as that. I feel like they're going to be like sissy slapping each other around. I don't know. Tidy says the new one, it's still in theaters probably for another week or so. It costs too much to see it in the theaters, so I might have to just download Disney Plus. Anybody got a free trial on Disney Plus so I can watch Guardians 3? Oh, yeah. I'm going to see if I can find a free trial to watch Guardians. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, well, that's all I have for today. Sorry for the abrupt ending. So what we covered today were Meta / ChatGPT being sued for copyright infringement for their new AI system. And then we covered Elon Musk threatening to sue Mark Zuckerberg for copying the Twitter algorithm, basically. Let me see. I got a couple more things that popped up. Cheryl C says they could each single-handedly ensure an entire country has clean drinking water for years, or do anything other than build exploding phallic rockets or bickering about a cage match. But if they do the cage match and they actually give it to charity, then that could help out a lot of people. But my thoughts are that they're going to get paid and all the money is not going to go to charity. Rector Laura says, I'll watch the fight highlights on YouTube. Not gonna sit there and watch the whole thing, huh? Bird Boy says, should be a publicist for the fight. Ego match. I cannot say that word. Stop putting it. Like, guys, yes, you can be a whole narrator for the fight. Pasty white guys, sissy slapping. You should do an article. Heidi says, I'm not paying $100. I'll catch the YouTube clips of the fight. Or us commenting on it, right? Us commenting on it. We might get on there and, share a little, Discord and watch it on Discord and talk mess together all live. Okay. But yeah, no, for real, y'all, that is the end of the live stream today. I should be back here on Thursday. I have hearings in the morning, but I should still be able to prepare our live stream for Thursday. I'm going to try to get an update on Dirty Dough for you. If anything transpires further with this Twitter versus Threads war, if the lawsuit is filed, we'll go through that. We'll see if it's even the same freaking law firm, since they're saying this is a legitimate letter. We'll see. But yes, I will see you on Thursday. If anything changes, of course, I will let you know on the Twitters or the YouTube or the both community tabs to let you guys know what's going on. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining live. And of course, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do. It does help us out in the algorithm, and